Sami is passionate and inquisitive. She is sensitive, gentle, and reflective. Sami is caring and empathetic. Sami is curious and has a thirst for knowledge. No matter what Sami does, she approaches everything with curiosity, kindness, and vulnerability. None of these qualities are new to Sami. Sami has possessed all of these qualities and more since she was a young student in our early childhood program. To know Sami, to teach her, to learn from her, and to be in her presence is a gift. Sami is the real thing. Whether it's on the stage performing a graceful dance, playing a moving song on the piano, assisting her team on the basketball court, or in the classroom engaged in a discussion, Sami continues to work hard and apply herself in everything she does. While some of these skills she's been learning for years, others are new to her. Sami took chances even when she didn't have the skills and believed in the support of her classmates and teachers. Over the years, there have been many times where the demands felt too great, where it was too difficult to balance it all. And yet, somehow, Sami always managed to push through the challenges. Sami didn't just push through the challenges. Each time she took away another valuable lesson, a greater understanding of the purpose, and a deep appreciation for those who supported her. She picked herself back up when she fell, pulled from past experiences, and stood taller and with more confidence the next time. As a young student, Sami looked up to her big buddy. She soaked up all the love, affection, and guidance she got from her. She would bottle it up until the next time they were together. She admired her big buddy. After Sami's big buddy graduated and Sami completed each grade, she herself found opportunities to share some of the lessons she learned from her big buddy with the younger students here. Sami was so excited to have a little buddy the past 2 years and took her job as a big buddy very seriously. She remembered how she felt as a little buddy and wanted to give her little buddy the same experience. Watching Sami with her little buddy, as well as other young students here, I can say with great confidence that Sami has accomplished what she set out to do as a big buddy. It's as though Sami has been sprinkling some of the same love, affection, and guidance on the younger students here the past few years. The same is true for how Sami approaches learning opportunities in the classroom. Whenever Sami receives feedback from teachers, she reflects and thinks about how to do it differently the next time. She values the opinions of her teachers and classmates and wants to impress them. More importantly, though, she loves to feel proud of herself and is always looking for ways to grow as a student and peer. Sami has demonstrated this in her ability to navigate difficult group projects, knowing the first attempt wasn't successful, and how she needs to take a different role. She has learned this through feedback on her science notes, rubrics on her skeleton essays in humanities, and feedback from her peers in their IDL group work. Sami not only learns from each lesson as a student, but also in her role as a leader and role model for other students. Sami, I know that you will continue on your path of success and will do so with the same passion, curiosity, and kindness that helped get you here today. Your teachers and I are honored to have been part of your journey and privileged to have learned from you as well. So, dear Sami, continue to go in the directions of your dreams, follow your heart, and always continue to shine as you do each day. Graduation is not the end, it's the beginning. May you continue to grow each day, each new chapter in your life, each challenge, and each blessing. You've got this. Congratulations, Sami.
I remember first grade at Akiba. I was starting to learn Hebrew with more Jessica, and I remember Mr. Salk's class and how fun it was. I remember my first color war and my first Hanukkah assembly. But most of all, I remember my 7th grade buddy, Tali. I remember her kind smile and the way she would greet me every time I saw her. Even though my days with Tali are gone, the love that Tali gave me still carries me through every day. I still miss her. Now, I am in 8th grade, and I am a buddy to Miriam. I am no longer the first grader I once was. I am the 8th grader, a leader of the school, a student who the younger kids look up to and think, that will be me one day. I am to Miriam what Tali was to me. When I see Miriam, I envision myself with Tali, and I hope that when Miriam sees me, she has the same feelings that I had when I was her age and saw my older buddy. Akiba has taught me how to be a role model and a kind and trustworthy friend. Without Akiba, I would not have learned the important skills of leadership I gained through the buddy program. I remember the summer leading up to 7th grade. I was really worried about having new teachers and new classes, and was convinced that 7th grade would be horrible. I could not have been more wrong. As time went on, I began to enjoy 7th grade more and more. Even though the work was harder, my academic skills improved, as did my executive functioning, which is something which I've always struggled with. While I occasionally had some not-so-great moments, I learned from those experiences, and I have become only more resilient and determined to try my best while realizing that no one can be perfect. Now, as I read this speech, I'm about to leave the community that I have spent 9 years in, a community that has allowed me to grow as a student and as a learner, and a place where I can be myself because I know that a friend or a teacher will support me, and a place where I have made amazing memories that I cherish. I remember the wonderful feeling I had after getting 2nd place in the Geography bee, and the excitement when I joined the basketball team. I even remember the anticipation I had when I was cast as Thing 2 in Seussical the Musical, a production that never happened because of the pandemic. Most of all, I remember the sense of community that I had when I celebrated my bat mitzvah at school. It was so nice having the middle school come together to celebrate that special day when I became a Jewish adult. In just a few months, I will be in high school, a new school with a new environment. I will have new teachers and make new friends. I will have new experiences and try new things. While I am a little worried about what it will all be like, I know that Akiba has prepared me for this next step. And I know that the lessons that I've learned and the memories that I've made at Akiba will carry me as I go along with my life and with my schooling. There are many people who I would like to thank. Thank you, Mrs. Franken and Mrs. Cole for starting my Akiba journey in kindergarten. Thank you to Mr. Salk for making growing up enjoyable. I still remember reciting my favorite poem, Flee, to my parents, despite it being written entirely in gibberish. Or when we each got to choose a country and a state to research for a project that still sticks with me today, as that was when I first found my passion for geography. Thank you, Ms. Leonard, and my other 3rd and 4th grade teachers for further helping me expand my knowledge. I still have my model of the Rookery building from the 4th grade architecture project. Thank you to my middle school teachers for keeping everyone's spirits high in 5th grade when the pandemic pushed Akiba to Zoom. Thank you, Mrs. Chipman, for being a great humanities teacher. Your classes are so enjoyable, whether we're reading To Kill a Mockingbird, A Midsummer Night's Dream, or writing 6-word memoirs. I will never forget how to write a complete claim with strong supporting evidence and reasoning. Thank you, Mrs. Rotfeld, for making science class interactive and creating imaginative projects like when we got to build a dollhouse with electricity, and for the interesting discussions ranging from climate change to genetics to unusual species of animals. Thank you to my past and present math teachers, Mr. Golden, Ms. Banyas, Mr. Marcus, and many more for always being there when I needed help understanding homework or a difficult equation. You have given me self-confidence in a subject that I sometimes struggle with. Thank you also to my past and present Judaic studies and Hebrew teachers, Rabbi Novak, Rabbi M., Rabbi Bauman, Maor, Moravalach, and others. You have created a very important foundation for me by connecting me with my Jewish identity. Thank you to Mrs. Weitzman for always looking out for me whenever I need help or I'm having a bad day. You are such a great school counselor, and I have conquered some fears because of you. Thank you to Mrs. Cass for being the best principal and 5th grade humanities teacher. Thank you to all the other amazing faculty and staff members who make Akiba what it is. Thank you to my mom and dad for choosing Akiba. I did not know back then, but I am so grateful that you made the decision to send me to the school that has helped me transform from a shy and awkward little kid to a strong and confident young adult who is well prepared for what is ahead of her. And thank you to my sister Maddie for always being there for me on our walks to and from the school bus. I have loved going to the same school as you. Thank you to all of my friends and classmates from kindergarten to now. And lastly, thank you to my fellow graduates of the class of 2023. We have made some great memories together and always look out for one another. From our camping trip to Bullfrog Lake to what will be our upcoming Israel trip. I will miss you and think of you as we part and go our own ways. Thank you. So, to conclude, as the saying goes, it is not goodbye, but I'll see you again.